What's up, my Bagophile friends? I've been wanting to get my hands on this bag for quite some time. Topo Designs just released a whole new line of colors of this bag, and this is one of them. Today we're looking at the global travel bag from Topo Designs out of Colorado. These bags are so incredibly unique. We're gonna dive into every single detail of this bag together so that you can decide if the global travel bag is right for you. I'm also going to rate this bag in 5 categories. The first category is construction. The second category is functionality. Third is comfort. Fourth is my favorite, organization. And finally, last but not least, is aesthetics. My opinion of how this bag looks. This pack is made mostly from 1000D recycled nylon. So not only have they built a really strong, robust pack, they're also doing good for our earth and for our society. And I think using recycled materials is a really great idea as long as we can do it without sacrificing the functionality and the usability of the bag. Every single zipper on this bag is a heavy duty YKK zipper. Each zipper is large and in charge. It has these really big, nice nylon cord pulls on each of the zipper. Just listen to that. You know that that's gonna hold together really, really well. Each component's attached to the bag with really strong, nice nylon webbing. Each of the straps are well thought through and really, really robust. The elastic used on the water bottle holders is really robust and thick, so that's gonna last a long time. Most of the plastic components, the clips, the strap tighteners, the D-rings, the sternum strap, they're all really robust and solid plastic components. There's nice, thick, firm padding in the shoulder straps and on the back side of the bag. All the interior pockets are this really thick nylon. They can wear really easily. This is really good stuff. I have some complaints about this pack, but the construction materials is absolutely not one of them. The thought for this thing was to make it last a really long time. So I give this global travel backpack a 10 out of 10 in construction. All right, let's move on to functionality. The place that I like to start is handles. I know how frustrating it is to reach and try to find a handle and not have one. So my philosophy is always the more the handles, the better. I think Topo did a great job with this. They have a top handle here, and then they have a really robust handle on each side. Now, when I have my 24-ounce Awala in the bottle holder, I can't access the handle. That's a problem. If I were to have 2 water bottles in this thing, that would eliminate 2 of the 3 handles for actually being able to use them. That leads me very beautifully into my next point, is that the construction of this bag is a very flat construction. The side profile is so thin that it's really hard to have any multiple layered features on the side of this bag and have them continue to be functional. Because you have so many of these things going on down here, it's really challenging to get into the laptop pocket. It's not a huge problem once you understand the functionality of it. This challenge on this bag for me comes up over and over and over again because of such a low profile on the side of the bag. Now, that's super helpful when you're looking to put it under the seat in the airplane. In functionality, I also think about pocket placement and how accessible are things when I'm on the airplane or on the train. I think that they built in some really neat functionality around this pack in doing so. I can keep the pack on my body in order to access some of these front pockets. So they put this side vertical zipper in. I can keep it on my shoulder and grab anything out of here. All of that admin stuff that I really need on the go is right here. I think that's fantastic. Another feature of this bag that I really love is that you can detach the shoulder straps just by undoing this clip here at the bottom. I can store the shoulder straps inside the back side of the backpack. Now, when I have this pack completely packed out, it is a little bit challenging to get these straps inside that pocket. Once they're there, they're secure. You can actually zip up that pocket that they stow away in. Part of this functionality is being able to modify the bag when it's completely packed out, and that is pretty challenging. You can also detach the waist belt, which is great too, so that you can reduce the amount of straps. I absolutely love that you can transform this bag into what I would call like a brief bag. However, I think the transformation could be a little bit easier, especially when it's packed out. Speaking of transforming this bag, it comes with a really heavy duty shoulder strap that's super padded with a nice nylon mesh And so you can actually turn this into what would be like a brief or a duffel. All you have to do is just clip the strap onto these heavy duty D-rings on the side of the bag. And now it's a duffel or a brief. Next on functionality is there are 2 water bottle holders. They are pretty tight, especially when the bag is packed out. You can see it is a little bit of a struggle to get the water bottle in there. However, I would rather it be tight and hold my water bottle securely than be loose. They've also built their bag systems to fit together. So they have a global travel bag that's a roller. And if you wanted to, you can actually attach this bag to that bag, or you can attach one of their smaller bags to the front side of this bag using this little clip system that they have here. So they've got one of those clips here on the front, and then you also have this strap on the front side of the bag so that you could clip it onto the bag that you're strapping to the front. Now, the thing that I think is amiss with this is if I'm not using that system, this strap's just here. Like there's nothing I can do with it. It is literally sewn into the seam of the back side of the bag. You can fold that strap back and put it in the top here where you store your shoulder straps. Maybe a little bit more inconvenient to have the strap than to be able to strap your packs together. There is a luggage pass-through on the back side of the bag, and it can sit nicely on your roller luggage. Last thing I'll say about functionality is it's a highly structured bag. The trade-off that you get is that sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get some of your oddly shaped items to fit into the pack. Because of the low profile and overlapping features and difficulty to get into some of the things, I give this pack a 7 out of 10 for functionality. Let's talk about comfort. And most of the comfort features of any backpack are going to be found on the backside because that's what comes in contact with your body, especially when I've got this thing completely packed out. The most I could get into this bag is if I was traveling for about 7 days. That comes with the size, but it also comes with the structure of the bag and the way that it's built and that low profile. One of the things that I love about the bag is a waist strap. To be able to take some of that weight and put it right on your waist rather than on your shoulders is a really meaningful feature. You can also disconnect the waist belt if you don't want it. Now, a huge component of comfort is the shoulder straps. There's a thick, firm pad in them. The seams are on the edge because that's the part that touches your skin. So having less things happening on the edge is always a helpful thing. They have a nice breathable mesh on the backside of these shoulder straps that's gonna help with sweating and heat and all of that kind of stuff. You also have a semi-static sternum strap. It's not a technical term, but it's been helpful, is that they have this little piece of elastic right here that is like a shock absorber when you're wearing the straps and you have that sternum strap tightened down. I don't like it because when they have that section of elastic, I can't tighten the sternum strap tight enough to actually do its job, which is to distribute some of that weight into the core of the body rather than all of the weight being out here on the outside of the shoulders. That's the tightest you can get the sternum strap. And it's not always gonna do the job unless you have a really large frame. Now, one feature that I think is so often overlooked is these weight distribution straps at the top of the shoulder strap. If the straps come into the pack right here, which is below the top of the pack, what happens is it puts all that weight on the top and it pulls you back. You can tighten those up and increase the height of where the shoulder strap actually comes out of the bag, and it takes all of that weight that's in the top side of the bag and brings it close to your body. These are a must for me. Now let's talk about the material of the backside of this bag. Typically, you're gonna have a mesh breathable nylon on the backside because it gets hot. And this pack does not have anything breathable on the backside. There's a high potentiality of getting a little bit hotter on the back and a bit more sweat there. There's also not a ton of padding on the back side of this bag. It's not super thick. There's not a lot of structure to it. My laptop, when it's in the bag, ends right there. I can absolutely feel that edge of my laptop when I have this backpack on my back. It's not the most comfortable. There's so many great comfort features of this bag. Particularly, they've done a fantastic job on weight distribution, but the way things hit and some of the materials used are a miss for me. So for those reasons, for comfort, I gave it an 8 out of 10. Let's dive into organization, my favorite thing to talk about when I talk about packs. You have this vertical zipper front pocket. This is what would be called your admin pocket. I'm keeping my charging cords in here. I would keep my passport, my wallet, my keys. We do have a key leash here. You also have internal pockets with zippers. Having these smaller zipper pockets to be able to organize some of that stuff is huge for me. The zippers are well built, and again, that internal nylon I think is just so robust. This pocket goes the full length of basically this brown section of the front side of this bag. Next, we have the larger front pocket. Now, because of the low profile of the main compartment, I ended up using this front pocket to use some of what I would typically put in the main compartment. So I love the clamshell that I can completely open it up and see everything. But if I don't want to completely open up, I can just have this top and it just works like a bucket pocket. I've got some of my gravel travel packing cubes. That's a meaningful amount of stuff that you can keep inside this front pocket. My major complaint about this entire pack is the low profile storage. But inside of here, we have these nice pockets. You could use these as packing cubes, but they're separated once again, so you can keep your things really nice and organized. This zipper pocket inside here is full length. One thing I did forget to mention is each one of these main pockets do have the security loops. You run the zippers through that security loop and then nobody can just pass by and open them up really, really easy. So the main pocket is the entire width and height of the bag, and then you can see the profile of it right here. When I open that up, I'm not utilizing any of these mesh pockets right now, but this is really nice. They're half of the compartment size with zippers. Here's the thing I'm talking about profile. Even the width of my shoes is just a little bit taller than the actual width of this pocket. Now there is some give in the material, so it works out. My gravel travel Velcro packing cubes that I absolutely love. They're better than any other packing cube I've ever seen. And my Cotopaxi toiletry bag. The inside of this pocket is just open space, easily accessible, easily packable if it fits within the profile of the pack. Last but not least is our laptop pocket. Again, I just want to show you when I unzip this, it runs into where the shoulder strap comes in, where the waist strap comes in, so it can't unzip all of the way. It's pretty nitpicky, but you do have to turn the laptop sideways to get it in and out when the zipper's running into those things. There isn't any internal organization inside this pocket. So if you travel with a laptop and a Remarkable tablet, like I usually do, there's no way to separate them inside this pocket. With the exception of the low profile of this bag, I think they absolutely killed the organization. I love all the little pockets. I love that they zip up, especially when I'm going to be on the road for a lot of days and I'm changing locations often and needing access in that transition period to things that I have in my bag. There's nothing better than that. So I give the organization of this bag a 9 out of 10. Last but not least is aesthetics. I'm not usually one to love the really boxy look, but this one just really kind of works for me. And I think maybe the reason it works for me is because all of the design and the color that goes into it. It's loud. It really makes a statement. I just love what they've done with their colors and their designs and their shapes. I also love the bright yellow on the inside. You have all of these nice muted colors on the outside and then something bright on the inside. So for me, I gave it an 8 out of 10 for aesthetics. So my friends, my final score out of 50 for the Topo Designs Global Travel Back 30 liter is 42 out of 50. My hope is that this video has been helpful in exploring this bag to make sure that it's the right investment for you. If this video has been helpful or entertaining, make sure to hit that like button. If there's a pack that I haven't reviewed that you would love to see me go through and rate and review, put it in the comments. Or tell me what bag you have that you absolutely love. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single video, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.